Hey guys, welcome back. I struggle with something every single year when I garden, and that is I forget to harvest my herbs. It's like the last thing I think of at the end of the season. And as you can see, my dill has already gone to seed or bolted on me. It's the first year I've grown dill, so I don't know what difference it makes, but I'm gonna go ahead and harvest some. I have sage, parsley in here, and I have other herbs around, so I'm gonna go ahead and do a harvest and get some of those drying. And that way I'm not at the last minute wishing I had harvested stuff. So we're doing that today. I think Todd is going to possibly do a checkup on his bees. Smells so good. And I want to show you guys an update on my green beans that I replanted, so make sure to stick around. I have a bucket full. I don't think I can fit any more. We've got thyme and mint and lemon balm and lavender and dill and sage. I have oregano up on the front porch. I'll get that later.
Well, I'm sure Rachel mentioned to you guys earlier that it is bee checkup day today. It's been about, I don't know, 7 days, 8 days, maybe 9 days since I last checked on them. And the last time I checked on them, they were doing great. I found my queen, I had larvae, I had eggs, my population was growing nicely. There was lots and lots and lots of stores in the frames, both nectar and pollen being stored all across the frames. I run 10 frame deeps for my brood chambers on my bees, and the initial 4 that I put in for the nuke were pretty much already full when I put them in, just about, and they had started expanding into the other frames on the side quite a bit. So today when I go out and check them, I'm going to bring you guys along with me. One of the things that I'm suspecting is it might be time to put the second brood chamber on for them. So I'm going to check out a couple of, these are the ones from last year from my bees that died out. And check these frames out and see which one's dirtiest, which one's the cleanest. Let's see which one of these 2 I'm going to end up using. I'm not going to put in completely all 10 frames of completely drawn comb. I'm going to add some frames that haven't been drawn out yet. And that was a recommendation from another beekeeper, the gentleman who I got my bees from, in that if you jam them packed with nothing but previously drawn frames, sometimes they can get a little temperamental about that, because their goal in life is to do work. They want to do work. They want to draw wax. They want to build out frames, and when it's all done for them, they don't have nothing to do. Here's one of the things I wanted to show. There were some people talking about how I lost my bees and how you'll find bees dead with their faces buried into the cells like this, and I have a lot of that, where they just basically burrowed themselves down in and died. Alright, so here's what I decided to go with. I have some frames that I picked out that were pretty clean. I have some that are partially drawn. You can see this one's missing some at the bottom. The depth of these is not all the way out, so it'll definitely give them some work to do. Just like this one, it's barely drawn. This one is almost all the way. Pretty clean, not a lot of dead bees in there. Maybe halfway drawn. All the way. Maybe 70%. So those in combination with these should make a nice starter setup if it's time to put the second brood box on. We'll check them when we go out there and see how they're doing. Today it just so happens that having a bee suit has multiple benefits because the mosquitoes out here today are terrible. Now they can't get me. So this is my Vivaldi board, my ventilation box that I had on over the winter. I've decided that I'm going to try to run this all year. I like the idea of ventilation. So the far edge one, not a whole lot going on. Some bees checking it out. Nothing really stored in it. Same with the next one. This one's probably half full with nectar. This side's not. Not a lot of storage on that frame either. So it might not be time for my second brood chamber yet. And what I'm looking for is eggs and larvae. And there's some here, right in this area of that frame. There's lots of larvae down in there, so that's good. There's capped brood there. I basically just want to make sure I'm queen right still, that my queen is still here, she's still laying. You don't actually have to find your queen. Don't feel like you need to find your queen every time you open your hive. A lot of pollen, a lot of nectar. Brood, pollen, nectar, everything on this frame. So don't feel like you need to find your queen every single time you open up your hive. You just need to find proof that she's been there recently. Again, I'm seeing lots of larvae mixed in. There's weird brood patterns in that she's laying right amongst all of the food. So she might not have the best patterns. I definitely have eggs and I have larvae, but they're not in any danger of filling this brood chamber yet. Their population growth seems somewhat slow. So there's the queen there. You can see her right by my thumb. She has some green paint on her. Well, we got in, we got out. I didn't even use my smoker. My colony's pretty docile, which I enjoy. I probably could have completely not worn gloves today, but the mosquitoes probably would have bit me. I've been sitting here for like 30 seconds and I've had 3 on me already. Let me know what you guys think about adding a second brood chamber versus leaving them be for now. I made the call to leave them be for now. If you guys got some other advice to share, please let me know down in the comments. Population growth seems slow to me, and I'm not sure why. They're definitely pulling in tons of food, a lot of nectar, a lot of pollen. But yet population growth still seems kind of small. So I'm wondering if my queen's kind of a dud or what's going on. My brood patterns of her laying is very sporadic, mixed in with food. It's not like she's just spread across and covered an area. There was a lot of bird comb up towards the top, like the bees are wanting to go up. So that almost made me second guess myself and almost added the second brood chamber anyways, but I did not. Can always come back out here soon in a couple days after I think about it some more, or read some of your guys' comments and your advice. So let me know what you guys think.
A real quick update on the baby chicks. Going on 2 weeks old, or just over 2 weeks old now. Can't remember. They're getting so big and chunky. They need to be moved. They've been on this grass now for 3 days, so I need to get them moved. Oh no, they're all getting out.
Hey, come back here.
Good job. Good job. Go. One last one. You can get it. Go. Go. You can do it. There you go. Okay. Oh gosh, 3 more got out because the wheels are up. That is a happy sight when all those chicks are on fresh grass. Just so happy. If you guys remember, maybe like 10 days ago, I reset my green bean clock and replanted them. And one of the things that I did, if you missed that video, was I built up over the straw using some of that Pro Mix soil mix. Just to give them a really good chance, because I really need my green beans to grow, and they are all coming up, so I want to show you guys. They're all looking really good. These might have gotten accidentally planted a little deep because one's just popping out. They're all coming up. So I think I'm going to have a green bean harvest after all. This whole trellis is front and back green beans.
It was warm out there, especially you put that bee suit on and go out there.
Yeah.
It's like wearing a sweatsuit.
I think we're wrapping up though. He just got a call from his mom and she needs help over at the shop. Last day to move out.
Yeah, they close on the selling of their building. They've been trying to sell this building for 3 years now? Tomorrow's the day they close, they get their check, they hand over the keys. They can finally retire.
Yes, as much as they can retire.
Right.
They have a hard time being still.
Yeah. So they need help moving another load of stuff. So we're going to throw on some shoes and head to town to give them a hand. So we're going to wrap up today. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye, guys.